What if I told you that you could buy a massive 50-centimeter thick brick house with its own land, a traditional sauna, and a secret underground cellar for less than a month's rent in New York or London? Today, my husband and I got the keys to abandoned property right next to our home. It's an authentic Russian village house that currently up for sale. Let's step inside and see out a cheap countryside house looks like in Russia and if it's actually possible to live here.
It's incredibly hot outside, about 100 degrees. There's a blue house, and the one behind it is for sale. Roman lives here, and Alexei lives on the other side of the street. They come over on weekends, and Alexei's father lives there. We'll get the key from him now, and this brick house is for sale. It's brick. Can you imagine? They came here regularly for several years, but now they don't come, perhaps due to family circumstances, and they decided to sell it. The windows are wooden and need replacing, although maybe not. We lived with wooden windows for 2 years and they were fine. This closet, it's kind of on pillars, brick ones, and I have the impression that this pillar has moved. Yes, it has moved, relative to the house. Flip-flops on feet. And the bathhouse seems decent, good, level. I should have worn rubber boots.
In our village, cellars are built around just like a waterway. They are usually at least 2 meters deep, and their width can be anything. People used to store potatoes, beets, and kareta here, and they also built shelves for jars of homemade pickles.
You can't see anything down there in the dark, but the fact is that it's there.
A good cellar stays cold even in the same heat. The ideal storage temperature here is just like a modern fridge, around 5 degrees Celsius, which is about 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is very good. There's still plenty of room here. Let's go there again, behind that apple tree. I'll just have to crawl out of the nettles now. There's also what's called an estate. It's huge. Everyone here has their own estate. I don't know if it's overgrown or not. We'll see now. The plot goes there. Look, there's a cherry tree. There's an apple tree behind it. There are some fruit trees in front. And further on, they haven't been mown. Oh, there's even a pine tree growing there. But we won't go there in our flip-flops. Here, on the leeward side, trees grow. It's quite a cozy corner. The standard width here is almost up to this cube, 25 meters. Who the hell is this? This is a duck. Is that a wild duck flying here? What is she doing here? There are no houses opposite that look face to face. There's a ravine in these trees. Now we'll open everything and show you. Now Tatiana will reveal everything to us here. Oh, well done. Everything worked out.
The house has a standard layout for our village. We've entered out, we call it the back room. Take a look at this old refrigerator. It's most likely the engineering Soviet ZIL. It's at least 60 or 17 years old, and I wouldn't be surprised if it still works. In the USSR, singles were built to last forever.
The owners will probably take it. Listen, there's a stove, and it looks like it's been repaired. Can you see?
Also, very often in a Russian house, you will find a sink and partition all right.
So, in principle, it is possible to live in winter.
Next to the stove. Why those beetle remains a total mystery to us. It provides zero sound proofing, and you can't even hang anything heavy on it. We just don't know. It is simply a tradition.
Here are the traces. There was a huge Russian stove here. They took it apart and made this one purely for heating. Yes, you can cook here too. They made the stove much smaller and more economical because the Russian stove burns too much wood. So, this is the expansion tank from the heating system. The heating system is hot water with cast iron radiators, most likely running around the entire perimeter, like ours. And they apparently go, wow, what a bright room this is.
We don't know if the heating radiators are still intact, if water was left inside them for the winter and the house wasn't heated, the pipes could easily have burst. There used to be a small secondary stove in this room, but it was removed after a moment for the time heating system was installed.
Okay, there's nothing here. Why is there such a pipe here? What was here? I don't know. The heating is done here in an interesting way. And here they cut it off. Look, they just cut out a piece of the pipe.
My husband and I argued for a long time about this heating system, how it all used to work, and why a piece of the pipe was cut out, but we couldn't come to an agreement. Hopefully the new owners will figure it out. By the way, this house, they've already been bought.
Listen, maybe we should try turning on the water. It's not turned off right now. Oh, so it's flowing. There is water.
The Russian-style sewage system. To this day in many village houses, the drain water simply flows into a bucket under the sink. Once it's full, you have to empty it manually and put it back. If you forget to do this, you'll get a total flood in the house.
I don't know about the sewer system. We didn't ask, but usually they make a cesspool and everything drains into it. This is a very large room. I would even say huge, 6-7 meters long. The width is approximately 4.5 meters. It's fine. It's not a small house. I tell you, the walls are 50 centimeters thick.
Massive brick walls hold the heat perfectly.
The floors here seem to be all intact. In some places they're not quite even, but there are no rotten or soft ones. In principle, the yard is worth it.
In Russian villages, utility rooms, closets, and old barns are usually in pretty bad shape. They stayed attached to the main house since a last century back when people used to keep farm animals. Over time, people stopped keeping livestock, but they never tore these barns down. As a rule, people use them as a storage space for garden tools, building materials, firewood, and all of that stuff that has no space in the house, but is just too safe to throw away.
Bikes, the refrigerator is old. It's built simply, primitively, in general, like everyone else's. The cow was released through this door. Are you sure you don't have a key? Interesting.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get into the storage closet. They didn't leave us the key to this door. What behind it will remain a secret.
Did you finally close it? I wonder if there's any light there at all. Otherwise, we won't see much without it. Okay, let's go to the basement. Wow, there's a new column here.
The basement looks a bit like a set from a horror movie, but it doesn't scare us. We are used to it as almost every house out here. There's a basement like this.
There are supports under the stove. Look over there. That's where the stove is. There's a basement under the kitchen. I can't get there from here. I need to get in somehow from the kitchen, apparently. There's a huge brick pillar here, and there too. All the pillars under the joists are original, except this one. The old one started to crumble, so they made a new one. The earth has crumbled. Here in the basement, of course, all this earth needs to be pulled out, and maybe there's something wrong with the walls. Iron, where was the pipe? This is weird. In any case, it can no longer be used. No one has heated it for a long time. The people who are selling this house did not use the system because they did not live here in the winter. You just need to install a normal boiler, having first improved everything around it. I understood where all this land came from. They brought water into the house, and they dug up the earth, throwing it right here and there from the sides, and that's why there are such piles here. In short, everything here needs to be put in order. Unfortunately, the roof isn't covered with galvanized iron, but it doesn't seem to have any holes or leaks. The chimney was installed recently, right from the stove.
As of the day, this house has already been sold. The asking price was around $6,000, but I don't know the exact final price they sold it for. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching.